Hi, I'm Scarlett Hefner and I'm on FrConventions. I do, yes, I remember it very well. When I was 15, I was invited to audition for the role of Luna Lovegood. So I went and met casting there, and then it was a year later that they brought me back in to audition for Pansy Parkinson. So I had an audition casting in Twickenham, and then my second audition was with David Yates, so I got to meet him for the first time, and it went great. And then my third audition was, it was a callback, or kind of like a screen test, and I was invited to Leavesden Studios, so that's where I met Tom for the first time, and my mum came with me, and yeah, it went really well, and here we are all these years later, so. It was so interesting. Someone had asked me a similar question yesterday. I think I was doing a panel with Lewis, who's here, and you know, I'm typically not great at auditioning. I get really nervous, particularly when there's a role that I really want. I get in my head a lot. So with Pansy for this audition, I didn't feel like that. I think I felt that it was just never going to happen. You know, and so I didn't have any nerves. That's probably why I got it. But no, it's yeah, it just went really well. And so for me, yeah, like I said, I didn't feel overly nervous. I felt very comfortable, and working with Tom too was really easy. Also with David Yates and casting were really wonderful. So it was actually a really pleasant experience. Yes, it was really fun to play Pansy. I tend to always be cast as a villain, which I find interesting because I'm nice in real life. So yeah, no, in real life, I did Pottermore, you know, the quiz on Pottermore. This was years ago, and it was just after we finished wrapping up the final film. And I was a Slytherin, so I don't know whether I was willing for that to be the house that I was going to be put in. I felt like there was pressure that I was putting on myself to actually be a Slytherin. But I did do it a few years after that, and I did get Gryffindor. So I don't know, I would like to think that I was a Slytherin, and maybe Slytherin in my heart always, but maybe my personality is definitely more Gryffindor. Yeah, it was really fun. In our little gang, I was the only girl, and it was so interesting because they were always off doing their thing. And when I joined the films, there were actually a few new girls who joined with me, so it was nice. I didn't feel that nervous about that aspect, because again, it really did feel like you were going to school. So when I first got cast and I started working on the movies, it just felt like, again, like going to a new school and being like the new kid there, because everyone had known each other for so many years, but everyone was so welcoming. And like I said, there were other new girls who had joined, and we all became really close. And yeah, I have a lot of wonderful friends still from the film, so it's a blessing. Yeah, it was really well organised. Obviously there are all sorts of different things that happen on sets. I think there was a fire that had happened, or that we had to reshoot a lot of the war scenes. We had shot them all outdoors, the big fight scene at the end. So I remember shooting that and then having to come back months later and like have to reshoot those again. I'm pretty sure it's because something like that had happened. But yeah, you know, all sorts of things can happen on a set. Thankfully, everyone who's involved in a huge production like Potter is just unbelievably professional and know the best at what they do. So we would just show up and get told where to stand, what to do, how to be, and then that was it. So. Yeah, I mean, I think, you know, what I tend to do is when I come and do conventions, especially for Potter conventions, I'll take one of the books and I'll reread them. So I've started reading from the first, so I'm like 3/4 of the way through the fifth, and so I see Pansy's name pop up more and more in the books, So I would have liked to have seen her character not necessarily get more screen time, but just get more moments where some of those little bits could have maybe been more portrayed in the films. But again, you know, the TV show that's coming out next year did mention, so maybe whoever gets to play Pansy will have more of those moments. I am excited. HBO's again like the best, so I think they're going to do a really fantastic job. Yeah, I'm curious to hear what like big fans feel, like how they feel about it, but I'm excited. I think it'll be really great. And yeah, if I got asked, I would do it in a heartbeat. They're going to be able to go more in depth, and you know, I think there were some moments that were unfortunately left out of the movies because they had to. You know, they can't include everything in a film, and they tried because they split obviously the last book into two. But yeah, I think in the shows that's a huge plus, right? Anyone who's like a big fan is going to be able to watch it and maybe feel like they're reading it or watching it like page to page. So that would be the hope. Yes. Ivana and I were really close. We were very good friends, so I would have loved to have had scenes with her. I think we would have had a really good time. But other than that, honestly, any of the teachers, you know, getting to, at the time, again, I was 15, 16 years old when I started, so it really did feel like just the best lesson that I was getting, you know, first-hand experience. So being able to be around those types of actors and artists was really a gift. Yeah, it's very different. You know, with Potter, it will take sometimes weeks to shoot a scene. With TV, it shoots very quick. I was actually speaking to somebody about it today, but yeah, it just is super fast. So we would get maybe 2 takes if I was lucky, or Teresa and I like working together. 2 takes, okay, move on. Okay, that's it. So yeah, very, very quick. I was incredibly proud. Yeah, it was definitely an honor. I don't know if I'm correct in saying this, but I think their relationship was the first open LGBTQ relationship on the CW. So at the time, that was a huge deal for me. Yeah, I wanted to make sure that they would, you know, they would be represented properly. And not only did I have a lot of fun playing her, because she was obviously a great character to play, but that aspect of it was incredibly important. And Teresa, I know, felt the same way. Yeah, it's great. I don't think about Potter really in my day-to-day when I'm home or traveling or anything, but when I come and do the conventions, it's so nice because, you know, you're kind of put back in the world of Potter again, and I get to see lots of friends who I haven't seen in a really long time. And yeah, and then, you know, I was saying earlier, we're all going to say bye, and I don't know the next time I'm going to see everybody. But it is nice, it's special, you know, you get to see everybody maybe a few years here and there, and everyone's life changes so quickly. But again, it's like being a part of a very special, huge family, and it's just a huge blessing.